Welcome back to the Thom Hartmann Program. I'm Alex Lawson filling in for Tom, and in studio with me is my business partner at weactradio.com, Kymone Freeman, and we're going to take Scott in Maine. Scott, you're on the line.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I got two things. I know you guys are, limited on phone calls, so I'll try to be quick.
We're not that limited on phone calls, Scott. We're taking calls today.
Well, time-wise.
Yes.
With Obamacare, which was originally Romney Care, whatever you want to call it, that would have been a successful program. The problem was that Obama gave it to the insurance companies to implement, and the insurance companies do exactly what insurance companies do. They raise rates. When they had to start paying for people that were sick, all of a sudden they weren't making $50 million a year. They're only making 30, so they raised the rates, and they're getting ready to do it again down in Maryland, Connecticut. I mean, it's just astronomical rates. But it would have been a good program if he would have kept it as a government program, but he gave it to the insurance companies. The second thing, I asked your partner there. Trump asked the Hispanics and the blacks, what do you have to lose by voting for me? Well, I'm pretty sure you know now what you got to lose. He's showing it every day, and we got 3 more years unless something happens to this dude. So I don't know, man. I voted for Obama, but I voted for the black part of Obama. The white part of Obama took over and got right back in bed with the banks, and he screwed us, man, big time with the NDAA of 2012. I mean, he did more damage than any 7 presidents put together as far as our individual rights are concerned. I mean, it's a messed up deal. But I don't know. I ain't got an answer for it, but we ought to be pushing single payer, and I don't hear not one Democrat out there saying single payer. I hear Nancy Pelosi saying no.
Well, Scott, let me try to make you happy. For the first time in ever, John Conyers' H.R. 676 in the House has the majority of the Democratic caucus on it. Nancy Pelosi did say some things, but the majority of the Democratic caucus is on Conyers' H.R. 676. Bernie Sanders is going to be releasing a Medicare for All bill in the Senate. There is a lot of movement in that direction, Scott, and we need to keep it up. What we need to do is remove the insurance industry completely and build an entirely different healthcare system, one based on justice and wellness, not based on profits. We only got a couple seconds here, Kymone, but
I wish I could buy Scott in Maine a beer, but Scott, I want you to Google right now, Asheru, A-S-H-E-R-U, Asheru, and Wayna. We had actually had a watch party at the Trump Hotel during the debates, and what is ensued that night, these fabulous artists created a song called What Do We Have to Lose? So look that up. You'll love that music. We play it all the time on We Act Radio, and you're absolutely right. Your analysis is absolutely right, and we look forward to raising the fight for single payer in the United States.
We're taking your calls. Going to go right to the top of the list here. David in California, you're on the line.
How are you doing?
Good.
Hey, got a question.
We're mad as hell.
I got a question. Wondering what I feel is the constitutional crisis behind all of this is. I think it's just a matter of time before all the Russia stuff comes out, and hopefully Trump will be gone. But what I think is the real crisis is because of the effect of the hacking and the changing of voting. Republicans are the presidency is Republican, and it shouldn't be. And if it's found out, or once it's found out that was an effect, and it affected the voting, and Republicans should never have been in there, how in the world can that be turned back?
Well, I think, David, it's a good question. I think the answer is you can't turn back. And I think Cher said that, or she was wanting to, because we can't turn back. But also, what we can do is move forward, and we can get rid of and dismantle all of the voter suppression efforts that are underway. And, you know, the president just tried to initiate a whole new commission, something, some cabal led by a just overt nativist, and it's aimed only at suppressing the vote. This is, you know, that I think is the scandal of this last election, is that there were millions of people whose votes were suppressed.
Purged from the rolls. And
voter ID laws and all of the things that they put in place.
Exactly. And that has not reached the level of the crisis as this Russian issue has. I don't think that Russia is the biggest concern for Americans' day-to-day lives. I mean, there is concerns with that backdoor oil deal that we've been hearing about. But aside from that, Rome did not fall because of external threat. It fell from within, and we see these problems from within, and that's what needs to be addressed.
Oh, good. You brought up Rome.
Rome.
So I don't like easy comparisons of America to Rome, but I do when given the opportunity to talk about Rome. So Rome, definitely the Republic. The Republic fell because of, and you'll hear not quite his, but his was the Syracuse one. No, I want to stay on Rome. I'm going to stay on Rome. Roman Republic fell because of money, because there was too much wealth in the hands of too few people.
Really?
And you can pretend and read anything you want about this way or that way, but it is clear as day. The Republic became a quasi-empire. So it was a republic, but it was no longer in Italy. It was global at the time. And the money that was pouring in that created these oligarchs like Pompey, like Crassus, like Caesar, like I could keep going. But that the inequality destabilized the entire civilization, and they tore it apart. You can go back in history and see this same story told over and over and over again. And that's why the people need to stand up. It's for our own benefit. It's how we keep this thing going.
History is prologue.
We're taking more of your calls right after this.